Hello, and extreme times requires different videos. So today we're going to talk about the future of work, even those circumstances, organization need to exist. Today I'm here to share a personal message. I wasn't hiding the fact that I'm an Israeli citizen living in Israel. And I'm sure that if you're living on planet Earth, you do understand that there is something extremely happening in the Middle East. And I'm not here to get any kind of message other than the fact that we are human beings. As human beings, we are dealing with human emotion. Part of what we are running away on a daily basis when our regular environment is where it's supposed to be, what we're used to, is survival mode. But in extreme circumstances and adversity, when those actual logic, everything that we know have changed significantly, we are facing those survival mode and we don't even have a logical explanation to how to run from them. And I'm here currently to have a personal message to a lot of people in the world. A lot of people have a private connection to what is going on in the Middle East. Either you are stuck here in the midst of all of it, either you have somebody, a loved one, a friend, you're part of a global organization that has offices in Israel. Everybody has a connection point to what is going on. And I'm here to remind everybody that it's okay. We're human to deal with this emotion, to say that you are scared, to talk about it, to show affection, open conversation, be vulnerable is what is currently so much needed to everyone. There is really no way to measure in a mathematical formula who is actually facing those emotions worse than anybody else. It's an individual journey that we are all going through currently. Again, it's each to his connection point, but we're all going through it. And I'm here to remind everybody that actually this conversation, dealing with these emotions, is how we're actually going to go through this. This is actually, it comes in a lot of points for me. It's, for example, survival is really driven from the fact we are living in the unknown. Nobody knows what is going to go on in the Middle East, which makes it really hard for us as humans to deal the fact that we don't know what tomorrow will bring. And I'm here, for example, to say to everybody, live in the present moment, because the present is what we got. We have the now and the now and the now and the now. And everybody that is currently listening to me from Israel can very much connect to the fact that stuff are shifting here really, really quickly. We are all waked up to a morning on Saturday morning that we didn't think could happen. So nobody knows. So I'm here to remind everybody to be in the present moment. But when we are living in the present moment, we still need to remember that we are human and it's okay to speak about it. It's okay to let our friends and family talk about it. It's actually addressing those emotions that everybody's so used to have mechanism of running from it. It's actually the scars that we are going to get with us, to go with us into the future when this war will be over. And some of us are parents. How we are presenting ourselves, how we are showing in the present moment is actually showing our kids how to deal with it. And we have to leave space for them, for us, to talk about it, to be able to identify and to understand that we are scared, to leave time for ourselves, even for a few minutes, just to have an open space of internal conversation with ourselves. I know this is not a message that is currently being broadcast around Israel and everywhere. I'm having conversation with people, my friends from outside, when I am the one who's saying that. So I thought coming here today, reminding everybody that we are human. Right, Lena? Lena is my friend from England.
Yes, it's definitely a good reminder. And especially, I mean, I can't understand what you're going through. I've told you I've been born 1990 in Israel, a very different experience. So I can't even begin to imagine. But it's a good reminder to remember that all our lives are made up of now moments, like literally, because now is a now and tomorrow is not going to be the now. So just trying to be present. And right now, just reminding yourselves, you've got everything you need. So here we are talking to each other. We don't know when we're going to see each other again. You were going to come here for my birthday in a few weeks' time. Don't know. It's most probably not going to happen. But I mean, if you're going to start predicting what's going to happen, it's like we lost that connection to the now. But right now, you're safe with your kids in your house. I'm safe with my kids. And yes, I worry about you. But right now, there's nothing to worry about. And maybe in 10 minutes' time, it might change. And another thing, you're making a really good point, is to allow ourselves to feel all of it. Because even being strong for our kids, it's like we are self-abandoning ourselves. And by doing that, we're actually teaching our kids that it's not okay to express those emotions. And I'm not saying you've got to walk around the house and cry all day. That's not what I'm saying at all. But even just having a few minutes for yourself and just let it all out, like you were sharing with me when you went to yoga, and you were giving this people hugs, and how they all just started crying because the emotions started coming out. And that's what we've got to allow ourselves to do, because we are so conditioned. And I mean, I'm like the first one to put both my hands up to never express my emotions, because I've always been told it's a sign of weakness. But actually, by being vulnerable, by being authentic, by saying, I'm feeling this fear, I'm feeling this loss, I'm feeling this grief, and being okay with it, not trying to justify why you're feeling it or somebody else is worse off than you. It doesn't really matter, but just by taking your side of this emotional hygiene and just being in touch with your feelings, I think, it's probably the only way, as you said, we can all get through it. And it doesn't matter where you are. Of course, you guys having it firsthand, but there are people all over the world that are worried for you and worried for your family, and for rest of it. My cousin's son is in the army, so it's constant for everyone, and there's no like level of measurements who's feeling more grief. We all experience it in our own ways, and we just got to allow ourselves to experience it.
And remember, emotion, there is no mathematical formula. It's just like pain. Different people feel it in different ways, and circumstances affect us differently. Some don't give it a second thought and go through it, and it will not arise pain, and other will. And this is why I keep saying private connection point, because the fact you have somebody in the Middle East currently is in your mind. Even if you are outside of Israel, you are currently feeling emotion that on a regular basis you will not be feeling. Frustration, fear, anxiety, anger, I don't know what it is. And those are not the side of human emotion that we will title as good emotions. And I understand that. I really do. It's very, very human to do that. But we need to remember it's part of our human experience. This is our body. This is how we operate. And we need to remember that we don't know how long the circumstances are going to be. And as long as we don't address them, they're going to show up, and they're going to show up in extreme, because they are not supposed to be hidden. Emotion, good or bad, by the way, even when we don't want to promote that good things are happening to us, emotion are our way of communicating with ourselves. They are here to be addressed, seen, and to be communicated. Again, I'm not saying post on Facebook or on Instagram, I'm scared. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying find that place for yourself. For example, you can script. You can take a piece of paper and a pen and write it to yourself. You don't have to broadcast your emotion. What I'm here to say, first, that it's okay to feel it. And it's okay currently, I can tell you from my personal point of view, I really want to see humans and to get back some human engagement, like conversation and like hugs and a smile, and that's what I'm missing. And we will not be able to show up like that in the world for not addressing our emotion and just facing the fact that we are people. We are humans, and it's okay. It's valid. The title of the video is going to be, it's all emotions are valid. Just don't let them get the best of you. Because in these circumstances, if they're going to get the best out of you, you are not going to be logical. You're going to be reacting, and you are not going to be showing up the way that you want to. So part of it, for example, is the present moment. Bite it in chunks that you can actually address right here, right now. There is lunch, there is schools on Zoom, There is volunteers I have to do. There is a conversation I have to do. Stick to the present moment. The people outside, I have to call, I have to text. I want to know that that person is okay, I don't know, your personal connection. There is no right or wrong here. Just understand we're human. Don't, how did you say, suppress it inside? That's a word I was missing. Don't block.
Suppress it, don't suppress it, repress it, deny it, run away from it. All these things that we usually so good at doing.
I hope that my friends are not going to watch this video, because I think that I'm the best runner in the world. Like, if you want to know that everything is okay, you call me. I'm good. I'm always good, right, Lena?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, we've both been on this journey where we really had to sit and become more present with emotions. And also there's just a lot of freedom that comes from it. And what you need to understand is that emotion is just energy in motion. That's literally all that is. We just constantly have this energy. It doesn't really matter what the emotion, positive or negative, is just energy. And if we don't allow ourselves to feel it, because we have to feel to heal it, right? Like you said, I mean, we don't know how long the situation lasts. So imagine if you have this emotion of fear or this grief and you keep on suppressing it, you not only negatively impact your moods and your just current state of being, but also your health, because there's a lot of suppressed negative, low vibrational, whatever you want to say, energy that you're suppressing in the body. So I guess Sarit's message today is just really valid. Just allow yourself to feel it, whether you want to write it out in the paper, whether you want to go and sit and, and I don't know, just have a bit of a release, like tears. You always, how much better we feel after tears. It doesn't matter. And encourage your children, especially, to talk about it, because I've got 2 kids who don't like to talk about their emotions. And I just think it's really important for us to set an example.
And be grateful. Be grateful. Part of being in the present moment is being grateful for everything that we have. And for me, it's connected to humanity, because the minute I'm grateful and I'm able to see in this present moment, like there was a yoga class for me yesterday, and I can't tell you how a yoga class made me feel so good yesterday, actually, to see people and to get out of the house and just to be in a yoga class. And it's simple and it's stupid, but it was going a long way under the circumstances. And I was grateful that I had yoga. So when I came, it enabled me in the present moment to be the one who is smiling, who is reminding everybody, who is going around and giving hugs to everybody. And this is an example of, if I'm grateful, so I understand I'm human. I need that. I need it as a thought. I need it as an energy. And then I'm able to show up different in the world. It's not about where is the safe zone. And you know what? There is no good and wrong. If people want to do that, that's also okay. Just face what you need, what you need. Be open about it. Be good about it. There is a good friend during this whole thing said, the more you are saying you're good, the more I know you're not good. So keep saying to me that you're good, and the more scared I would be. For example, that is also okay. He's scared. The more I'm saying, okay, just talk about it. Just, Lena, I'm grateful you're doing this with me, and I love you. This is the present moment.
Yeah, and a gratitude, I mean, from personal example, it's literally like I could never be grateful for something I didn't yet have in my life, or things weren't perfect, and especially in the times that you guys are going through, is just having that appreciation for small thing. I remember, I think it was Aaron Doughty, he was saying, like, when he was going through depression, and I actually followed his example, and that shifted so many things for me. You wake up in the morning, and instead of checking the news, first thing, so many people do, you just like close your eyes and you can put hands on your heart. I just find it helps me a lot to connect to my heart. And it's like 3 things I'm grateful for. And some days I literally couldn't think of anything, even though I've got so many amazing things in my life. And I'm like, I'm grateful for my bed sheets. I'm grateful. And even just small things like that, you will feel the shift in your energy. It's like your heart starts opening up. And that's the energy we've got to try as much as we can. And I know sometimes it's really hard to cultivate this, but as much as we can, we've got to try and tap into.
So stay connected to your human emotion and be open about it. Be vulnerable. It's not a weakness. It's actually your strengths.
It is, absolutely. So allow yourself to have those tears, breathe, and just little thing of gratitude, there is at least one thing we can all be grateful for at this moment. And even if it's just one thing, and you close your eyes and you connect to it and you put your hands on your hearts, it will start changing your lives. I know it changed mine. So just to conclude this, we obviously wish all the people in the Middle East affected by this conflict, they can cultivate as much peace as they can within themselves, and hopefully it will somehow reflect on our collective consciousness. Thanks for watching, guys.